Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about exogenous ketones, why you might use them, what they do and don't do, and different uses that they have, and some misconceptions about them. So I will start off by saying you don't need exogenous ketones at all. They're not required to do a ketogenic diet or any diet for that matter. So straight off the bat, you don't need them. Okay. Number two, that being said, they can have some benefits, and I will go through them. I think the benefits for exogenous ketones are when you are first starting keto or any kind of very low carb diet. Maybe it's carnivore, keto, Atkins, something like that. Basically, you will go through a process where your body is switching over its fuel sources, and you can get something called the keto flu, which essentially is your body wiping out your electrolytes, and you're losing a lot of water weight. With that water weight goes electrolytes. So, and part two is your body hasn't transitioned to a fat-based metabolism, so you're just going to feel like you don't have much energy, feel like crap most of the time. So, your liver produces ketones in the absence of carbohydrates. So, when your liver glycogen is low, your liver could then start producing ketones. So that's what people use those peeing sticks and blood pricking and breath analyzers. They want to know if they have the ketones and all that. So that's how you make them. You don't have the carbs in your liver essentially, and you start making them. So what the heck are these exogenous ketones then? Well, they're the same molecules as your liver makes, except you drink them. Or eat them, depending on the product. So they can be used. They go in your bloodstream, and they actually can be used. They can go through your blood-brain barrier. They can be used by your cells for energy. And they normally package them with salts and different electrolytes. So not only do you get these ketones, but you actually get electrolytes. So that's why I said that one of the uses for the exogenous ketones could be when you're first starting a keto or low carb diet. It could actually help you transition from that, normal carbohydrate-based system to a fat-based metabolism without suffering some of the things like keto flu or feeling like crap. They also help with hunger. So because ketones actually are appetite suppressants. So when you're first starting out, if you take some of these products, you might feel pretty well. You might feel like you have a lot of energy, even at that early stage of the transition, where if you didn't take the products, you might not have that. So there is a real use for them there. Another way you can use it is after going out of ketosis. So let's say you did it on purpose strategically, or let's say you went on vacation or something and you just decided to eat whatever you want, different things like that. And normally it takes roughly 48 to 72 hours in the absence of carbs to really get back into ketosis. So these products claim that they can get you back into ketosis within an hour. And in fact, someone I really respect, Dom D'Agostino, said this on the Joe Rogan podcast a couple of years ago. And so when he first said that, I didn't really understand how your body makes ketones a couple of years ago. So I just took that at face value. What he means is ketosis is measured by the amount of ketones you have in your blood. Typically, that's the way that clinically they measure it. And they have this marker 0.5 or above of BHB in your blood. They will consider that you are in ketosis. Now, I already said that the way your body gets into and stays in ketosis is by an absence of carbohydrates and your liver producing them. So how does drinking it and those two things equate? The truth is it doesn't. What will happen is this will raise the blood levels of your ketones. So you can use it for energy. Your body can use it for energy. Your brain can use it. So you will get the same effects or similar effects as if you were in ketosis without actually being in ketosis. So the idea that it puts your body into a state of ketosis, I don't think is actually accurate. What it does is it mimics a state of ketosis. Once you use those ketones that you drank, you are going to go back to what you just were before you drank them. So if you're already in a state of ketosis and then drank them, you'll just still be in ketosis. If your liver is full of glycogen because you just ate a ton of carbs, it's not going to change that fact. So your liver will still have to deplete the glycogen before you actually be in metabolic ketosis as far as your body producing ketones. So I just wanted to clear that misconception up that I see some people talking about. So no, these don't put you in and keep you in ketosis. What they do is they mimic a state of ketosis by allowing your body to use ketones for energy. And there's different products. So I just kind of gave you the use cases for them. So after, let's say, going out of ketosis, if you don't want to spend 3 days or so transitioning again, not that I think you would get the keto flu again, because I don't think you would, but you might not feel the best after, especially if you had some kind of cheat meals or a weekend or a vacation or something. So this is a way to kind of get that, back into that ketosis feeling of the cognitive benefits of the appetite suppression of the energy while you're doing this transition back into ketosis. So that is a use case for them. And I said the other one would be when you're first starting out. There are some products out there that basically just do that, and they're basically just pure ketones. There are other products which are meal replacement, meaning you can kind of take this instead of lunch or dinner or breakfast, and it will give your body some ketones. And they also provide some other things like fats and proteins as a meal replacement. So there are many products out there. I'm just going to go through some of the ones that I have taken before. The company that I started when I first started keto a little over a year and a half ago is Real Ketones. I don't have anything to do with them. I'm not making any money off of showing you this. I'm just showing it to you. So their product is Real Ketones Prime D. They've changed this a few times, different products. Basically, this is the product that I took. This is the one that elevates your blood ketone levels to 0.5 or more. And if you look at what's in it, they basically give you some fats in the form of MCTs, so which is good. So they're giving you powdered MCT. So for those who don't know, MCTs are derived usually from coconut oil. They're part of a coconut oil, but they have a unique property where they don't actually have to get packaged into these things called chylomicrons, which basically take time, multiple days for your body to use the fat. This C8 can be used basically right away by your liver and converted into ketones. So they give you that. It looks like a fairly small amount of that in 2 scoops, but it's still there. And I actually think they do that because they're giving you a kind of vitamin D3 and K2 are 2 vitamins that a lot of people in our modern day standard American diet don't get. You may get them through people who eat cheese, but a lot of the cheese that people eat are super pasteurized, low quality. So things like D3 and K2 are found. Well, D3 you can get from the sun. That's probably the best way to get it. But 2 is you can get it in things like egg yolks, good quality dairy products, butter, things like that. It's similar to K2. And these are fat soluble vitamins. So in order for them to be used, to be absorbed, you need some kind of fat. So they're giving you this kind of C8, which is immediate ketone production, packaged with some really good D3 and K2 vitamins, plus your electrolytes down here. So overall, this is a pretty good product. If you're going to consider something like that, it does have 2 grams of carbs. Not that that's a lot, but if you're counting for some reason, that would be something to consider. They also have other products like meal replacement products. So I'll give you an example. This one, and it also could be used as like a pre-workout maybe, but I think they intended to be a meal replacement or a post-workout. Because if you look at what they're giving you, it is whey protein isolate, again, MCT-C8s, BHB, these are the ketones here. And it's also like a huge multivitamin. So basically they're giving you water-soluble vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins, and they're giving you the MCTs and fats. So the idea is that a lot of times people take these multivitamins and they take it with water, and they don't actually absorb any of the fat-soluble vitamins. So this is a way to kind of do both, plus give you ketones, plus give you electrolytes. So I'm not suggesting this is a bad product at all. It actually seems like a fairly good product if you wanted like a meal replacement, because this looks like it has like grass-fed protein in it. I think this is whey protein isolate, but I think it says grass-fed or something. So it might be some kind of grass-fed animal proteins with MCTs, with ketones, and with electrolytes and a vitamin complex. Not a bad product. The last one I have used, and this is a much simpler product, and basically this is by a company called Keto Logic. And this is, as you can see, it's much simpler. It's just straight BHB with electrolytes. So if you say, I don't want to eat all the extra stuff, I just want some BHB ketones with and some electrolytes that go with it, boom, there you go. It basically does the same thing as the other product. So really it just, you can use them as a pre-workout, I guess, as well. Especially this one, because I think this one even has caffeine. So I'm pretty sure it does. So you could use it as a pre-workout. You could use this one as a meal replacement or like a post-workout. You can use this one, I guess, as a pre-workout, and or for the other uses I gave you when you're first starting keto, after a cheat meal or something, or after getting out of ketosis for whatever reason. So that's how you could use them strategically. Do you need them? No. Are they expensive? Yes. But if you don't use them all the time, if you use them sparingly, actually they could last you a year or more for one bottle. So really it's probably no big deal unless you're not just pounding this stuff every day for months, right? Then it might get expensive. So I hope that helped. I hope that explained a few things. If you have any questions, please reach out. You can check me out at cookingandketones.com. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/ketotroy. And hope to see you around. Thank you.